Hello, hello on Wednesday. How are you? This is our Word for Wednesday live, and I'm missing my cohort, Miss Sue Crum, because we've been doing these together for the last year. So I'll probably say that for the next 6 months that I miss Sue, because Word for Wednesday for me means I get to spend time with Sue. So it's just me today. And if you're listening, tuning in later, please say hello. This streams in multiple places, so I'd love to hear from you. Um, and Wednesday's live is always just a little something to think about. And we pick a word, and I should write the word because that's what Sue always did. She would write the word and hold it up. I should do that. I didn't today, but we pick a word and we just kind of chew on it a little bit and see if we can give a different perspective and a different slant that might, make a difference for you. So today's word is freedom. So last week, since it was 4th of July, I chose the word independence. And we had a conversation about what do you want to be independent from? What would you like to really be independent from? That was last week's word, right? So some people shared things in their life. And so I thought, let's kind of build on that conversation today, right now, and talk about freedom. So, what would freedom look like for you? And it doesn't have to be tied necessarily to the things that you thought of last week to be independent from. But what does freedom, it could tie into that if you wanted to, but it doesn't have to. What does freedom look like for you? So, is it financial freedom, which would mean that you have enough that you don't feel lack? You don't feel pressures of not being able to freely do what you want to do in your life. So, to me, that's financial freedom anyway, is just having an abundance of resources so that I can do the things that I want to do. Um, Freedom in your food. What would that look like if you felt freedom in your food choices and how you can take care of your body and not feel? So I'm picking the things that people often get feel dominated by or often feel really bogged down. I'm purposely picking those. But food freedom would be like if you felt free to eat foods that make you happy and feel good and nourish your body, but not like I have to be on this diet, I have to give up these foods. That's not freedom to me. And I've been on that road certainly many times in my life and for big chunks of times in my life. And I don't live there now in terms of food at all. So I'm grateful to say. But what would freedom look like for you? And where do you not have freedom? Maybe it's in how you express yourself. Maybe are you a person who tends to keep quiet and not rock the boat, either in your household, with your family, with your extended family, maybe at work? You don't feel free to say what's truly there for you because you just don't want to like make an issue. Maybe that would be freedom for you if you could do that. Um, Freedom to dress and feel comfortable in your body. Do you have the freedom where you're in clothes that feel good to be on, or do you wear? So I'm just going to do a couple of things. Either clothes feel really too tight and you're always worried, like, oh, they feel too tight on me, or you dress with really big, loose, flowy clothes and maybe feel a little frumpy, but you don't want your clothes to be tight because you don't feel comfortable that way. So, what would freedom in your wardrobe and your clothes and how you express yourself, what would that look like? So, these were just a couple of things that came to my mind. I think in the course of almost 40 years, I can't believe it, but for almost 40 years, I've been in the health and wellness space and working with people. And those seem to be common ones: freedom in their money, freedom in their self expression, freedom in their food choices, freedom in their clothes and how they feel in their body. Um, I'm gonna pick another one that came into my mind as I was saying that list is freedom in your relationship. And what I mean by that is if you have a significant relationship, are you free to fully be expressed? So it is another version of self-expression, but within the context specifically of your one primary relationship, if you have one. If you don't have one, is there freedom in that for you? Or are you feeling constricted by, I don't have a relationship? Maybe like a feeling of there's something wrong. I don't have a relationship. Or I have a relationship, but I don't fully express myself. We're not connected the way I'd like us to be, the way I thought we would be, whatever, whatever. So is there freedom in your primary relationship or freedom to not have one if you don't? Or do you have something going on about that? Something that bothers you about either scenario? Okay. So I see people jumping on. Hello, hello. Nice to see you on this Wednesday and Word for Wednesday. And the word today is freedom. And we're looking at all of the places, the common places over the course of my life, my own life, and with the people I've worked for that people don't feel free for one reason or another. And I would love if you're on and you want to drop a comment, what I didn't mention that maybe comes up for you, if you feel free to share that. There you go. Okay. And what would freedom really look like in that particular area? Because I think that it's really helpful to define, what does it look like? What does that really mean to me? What does freedom actually mean? No restrictions, or there are restrictions and boundaries, and I like that. I feel free to make choices within those boundaries. Maybe it's that. I don't know. What is it for you? How does freedom show up in your life? How is it not showing up in your life? Maybe that's a better question. Where is it not showing up? How is it not showing up in your life? Where would you like to create more freedom? Okay. So I don't see any comments. If you have any thought on that or any questions, please put it in, or if you're watching later and I will respond. But something else to think about is, why don't I have freedom there? What is it that's stopping me from feeling fully free in this area? Feeling fully free to eat the foods that I want? What's stopping me from feeling fully free? Say that 5 times fast. Feeling fully free. Actually, it's not hard. Feeling fully free in my relationships. What's stopping me from feeling fully free in my body? What's stopping me from feeling fully free in how I express myself and carry myself out in the world? What's stopping me? So once you identify what area of your life doesn't feel free, once you know you'd like to shift that, then you want to ask yourself, well, what is it that's stopping me? And why is that there? Most of the time, it's because of a story that we have about that thing. I can't really express myself because, and then there's a story that follows. This is why I can't. My body never feels good because, and here's the story. So figuring out what your story is around your particular area is really an important place to start. It's hard to create freedom if you don't get really specific about where it's missing, what it would look like, and why that's the case. You may not know what to do about it, right? And that might take some help from someone else, but at least try to get that. And if you can't get that, maybe drop it in like, I'm not really sure. I feel like I don't have freedom in this area, but I'm not sure why. And maybe we can do some work there. That is some of the work that I do with people. And I'm happy to do that with you if you're going to put, let me know what it is. All right. So that's it. That's our word for Wednesday without Sue to banter off of. I kind of get through it quickly, but that's good. I'll send you on your way for the rest of your day. And again, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for listening to the replay later. Tomorrow, if you're someone who does regularly watch my lives, tomorrow I'm going to be doing part 2 Yesterday, I did part 1 of understanding how the operating system of your body works, which is your nervous system. Yesterday, I really applied that to your health. Tomorrow, I'm going to really apply it to other parts of your life, not just your health, but your relationships, your experience of joy and fun and passion in life, right? How does that operating system affect that? So that's going to be tomorrow. Okay. So if you didn't watch yesterday's, you may want to. It's I'm sure floating around somewhere, wherever you find me. And I will see you tomorrow. And let me know where you're not free, where you'd like a little more freedom, what area of your life, and what it is that you think is stopping that from happening. Okay? Thanks so much. I will see you tomorrow. That's our word for Wednesday. Ciao.